Okay, trying to figure out how this is going to work. Um, so, basically, I'm going to record uh, what I'm calling the bottom line message. Um, so that will be the next thing that you hear. Hi, this is Dave Sim. I no longer have a phone or a fax because landlines no longer exist. Everything is being done through the internet, and I have no interest in having the internet in my house, and I have no interest in having a cell phone. So everything from here on out has to be a workaround. Um, if you want to stay current with how this whole little experiment is going, feel free to go to A Moment of Cerebus, which will consist of updates as we go along. Thank you for your support. Okay, it's about quarter after 9 Eastern Time uh, on Monday, and it's it's been interesting so far. Not only did I not have phone and fax when I sat down to print out um, text from Strange Death of Alex Raymond, uh, the printer ran out of ink. So suddenly I didn't have a printer. And it's like, I thought Rolly and I covered this. I thought we already had this conversation, and I already got um, black ink for the new printer, which doesn't take the same ink that the old printer did. And it's like, no, I must have dreamed that part. So consequently, it was I could write the Strange Death of Alex Raymond page, and I had a pretty good idea of exactly what I wanted it to say, and then type that and fix that and tweak that. But until I could print it out, there was no way to tell how much room was going to be left over on the page and where the illustrations were going to go. Pretty simple illustrations. Two pictures of Al Cap, the little Abner cartoonist. Um, One from a photograph in Dennis Kitchen's book, and one a caricature of Al Cap by Al Cap, and then the text was going to fit in around it. But like I say, I couldn't print out the text, so I wasn't going to start drawing it and then go, oh man, there's not enough room for the drawings here. Um, so consequently, I went, okay, I can't phone anybody, I can't fax anybody, I can't receive phone calls, and I can't receive faxes, and I can't print out what I'm working on. Hmm, what to do? So basically, I slept all day Friday, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. I usually sleep most of Sunday um, because I fast for 24 hours, so it's basically um, no work allowed and reading scripture allowed early in the morning and that very early in the morning with the Jewish scriptures, and then the Christian scriptures around mid morning, and then the Quran, usually the last 2 hours or 3 hours of Sunday. Uh, but this was, well, it's it looks like a unexpected vacation for Dave, and I got to tell you, anytime that I have an unexpected vacation, that's what I'm going to do is sleep because that's I'm tired. I, I've been working for way too many decades, and I'm still still working way too many hours. So if I can't work, I literally can't work. It's not possible for me to work. I'm just going to sleep. So that's our story thus far on that one. So I'm going to stop it there as I figure out how to explain this next part. So having slept for 3 days, it was now Monday and it's a caffeine day, so I'm not going to be sleeping because I'm going to be heavily caffeinated. So I'm going, well, um, if Rolly comes in with the ink, and I kept checking all weekend, did Rolly manage to get the ink and drop off the ink? And no, he didn't. Um, is the ink going to be there on Monday or Tuesday, or am I going to have to wait until Wednesday when Rolly would ordinarily come in? And I can't phone Rolly and say, Rolly, are you bringing ink? So when I recorded one of the updates, this is still June 2nd, so you got something from June 2nd. Just as I was finishing recording that and about to shut it off, here comes Rolly down the walkway to Camp David, and it's like, Rolly, hey, you know, welcome. And he he had figured out how to retrieve my messages and had bought a recorder that could record the messages and then put them on a thumb drive. And also, by the way, yes, he did pick up ink. So it's like high five on that one. Literal high five. Okay, I have ink. I'm doing Strange Death of Alex Raymond today. What I'd been thinking was, well, I can't do Strange Death of Alex Raymond, so I might as well do something that's just flat out fun. So I went, okay, I'm going to do manga Taylor Swift, even though that's on a book that I probably won't be working on for another 4 or 5 months. What the heck? That sounds like fun. Let's sit down and do a manga version of Taylor Swift. And okay, now that's off the table, and I am going to be working on Strange Death of Alex Raymond. So, like I say, Rowley explained that he found a recorder. He's got access to the voicemail messages and has them all on this thumb drive. And here I can have the thumb drive and just, take it in and plug it into the um, I forget, I don't know what you would describe it as. Now that computers don't take thumb drives, it's a supplement thumb drive thing that hangs off of the computer, and you stick the thumb drive in there. So far, they allow you to do that. We'll see how long that one lasts. Um, so I'm saying to him, okay, well, I don't really want to do that because this is again something coming in from outside, and I don't want anything from outside getting plugged into my laptop because something bad always happens. And I'm going like, okay, even while I'm explaining it to him, I'm going, okay, Dave, you're just being paranoid here. Don't be like this. Um, and then said to him, okay, the other concern that I have is that I only have scripture on iTunes. And uh, if I play any audio thing on the laptop, I don't know if it does it with this laptop, but it certainly did it with the last one. It goes, oh, audio, this goes on iTunes, and it's like, no, it doesn't go on iTunes. That's just scripture, and I do know how to delete it off of iTunes. Scratch that. No, I don't know how to do it, but I have done it. That's one of those things where if you don't work on the computer very often, it's like, okay, I did figure out how to do this. Now I have to figure out how to do this all over again. But Rolly has obviously gone to a great deal of trouble to get the recorder and figure out how to record my phone messages onto a thumb drive and give the thumb drive to me. So come on, let's let's meet him halfway. And you're going to think I'm making this up, and I'm not making this up. I took it in the house and stuck it in the dangly thing that hangs off of the laptop, so that I can actually use a thumb drive, and looked for it on the desktop, and it wasn't showing up. And it's like, okay, that's a little weird. Okay, unplug it and then try plugging it in again and see if it shows up on the desktop. And the third time I did that, the computer crashed, just went completely black. And I'm going, I really get tired of these things where I talk to myself and go, you're just being paranoid. Nothing bad's going to happen. Just plug it in and listen to your phone messages. So then I'm going, okay, wait a minute, better work around. Take it out back to Rolly and say, instead of me having it on my laptop in the Off-Whit House, let's put it on the laptop in Camp David, which actually still does. It's so old. How old is it? It's so old it still takes thumb drives directly in the computer. How about that, sports fans? So did that, and then Rolly said, okay, this is what it's going to look like. Um, take it right back to square one. Here's the whatever it is called on not a Mac, the Windows thing. Here's the icon. You click on that, and then it shows Dave voice messages file, and you can listen. You can listen to your phone messages, and it's like I look at the screen, and it's like there's like 9 of them, but it's like, okay, Dave, well, you haven't had this since May 8th. There is going to be some phone messages that you have to deal with, and it's like, okay, um, played them one at a time, and that's working fine. It's like the sound is very, very clear, and I can go down them one at a time and just go, okay, don't really have to deal with that one. One of them is the security service, and it's like the security service is phoning and saying, we aren't getting you guys anymore. Can you phone and let us know what's happened with your alarm, because we're not getting anything on your phone line. Has something happened to your phone line? And it's like, I can't phone you. I don't have a phone. So said to Rolly, okay, look up their bill. Uh, we both know the name of the security firm, and that does the alarm, and pull it out, and it'll have the address on it, and I'll write them a letter explaining I don't have a phone, I'm not getting a phone, I don't have the internet, I have no interest in getting internet, and we're just going to have to find a way to work around this, but we're going to have to do it by letter. So it's like no big emergency, just we will deal with this as we deal with this. And Rolly goes through all of the bills. I said I pay them once a year at the beginning of the year, usually in February. So it'll be early in there. And Rolly says, okay, I found their bill, but it doesn't have their address on it. I'm going like, oh, come on. It's got to have the address on it. Rolly opens up the box with all of the bills in it, all of them in alphabetical order, goes through, finds it, hands it to me. Sure enough, there's no address on it. And he says, I think it was probably on the part that got torn off where you sent the check with it. And it's like, that sounds very, very familiar. So somehow he went to a Wi-Fi place or something like that, because I've got a note sitting here saying this is their mailing address. It's in Brantford, and it's like, why it's in Brantford, I don't know, because they're in Sarnia. They've always been in Sarnia, but that's fine. It's wherever their headquarters is. Their headquarters has moved physically, and I just haven't kept up with that. So that part has has been settled. Okay, try that'll do for that segment, and then we'll move on to the next one. So the next message that I was glad to see on there, I didn't know if it was on there because Rolly had listened to the messages, and I said, "Is there a message from Kevin Eastman?" And he goes, "No, I didn't hear one from Kevin Eastman." And then it's like a day or so later, um, we were talking about it, and it's like that was probably a saved message. These are all new messages that I was listening to. I went, yes, I had dealt with all of my messages, but I had saved the message from Kevin Eastman, which is literally from last October, going, okay, I want to talk to Kevin about this Nika figure thing, and but I want to get all of the intel that I can get on the Nika figure thing before I talk to Kevin about it. So to remind myself how long this is taking, I'm just going to keep saving his message. And his message was thanking me for sending a bunch of stuff down with Alfonso to the London Comic Book Convention, and just, this is really cool stuff. And uh, I've been meaning to get back to you about this, to say thank you, thank you, thank you, because it's all really cool, and I'm putting it in my collection. It's the one of the things was the countdown cards, the how many sleeps until the Turtles 8 Kickstarter, and sent a box of those down with Alfonso. And that was one of the things Kevin was going, yeah, I'm putting that in my personal collection. And well, that's great. And I don't know when the convention in London was, but it wasn't like just a week or so before that. It was Kevin going, uh, I really have to thank Dave for these things, and I'm not getting around to it because I've got way too much stuff to do for somebody at my age. And Dave is older than I am. So, Dave, I'm sure will understand why it is that I'm not getting to this. It's like, oh, yes. As you can see, because that message has been saved and saved and saved and saved since October, and it's now, what is it? It's June. So that's like 8 months ago now. So that's on there. And now I got the problem that I don't have an email address for Kevin, but I do have a mailing address for Kevin, and I do have a phone number for Kevin, but I can't phone Kevin because I don't have a phone. So at some point, I'm going to have to phone Kevin or get Rolly to phone Kevin and say, Dave doesn't have a phone. He does mean to get back with you on all this stuff, but was waiting to find out what happened with Nika. And those of you who have been suffering along through all of this stuff know that finally heard from Josh Even what the story was with Nika, and it's like, this is not looking good. I don't think this is going to happen. But at least I know it's not like I'm letting Kevin down, that this isn't going to happen. I can just say to him, Kevin, same as happened 40 years ago. Doesn't look like this is going to happen. But in the meantime, I've got the phone message saved, and I think one of the things is that all the phone messages will get saved now because they're all on the computer. It's not like they're in the way so that, you have five saved messages. No, I don't have five saved messages. Yes, I do. Okay, now I have to go through them and write down all the phone numbers and then delete them. Those days are over. So I hope as we're figuring this out. Okay, that's that part. Um, I told you that story, so I can tell you this story. I've told you part of this story, I think. The part I would have told you is this is the 2024 um, Christmas edition, winter edition of um, Tales from the Wedding Present, which Lee Thacker does, and it's not Christmas for me until I've read what Lee got done this year on David Gedge's autobiography, and it's it's down to the point now where it's really not worth doing the individual installments, although it is worth doing them as book collections. But Lee, I think, is also jazzed about. I like to come to the end of the year and go, well, at least I got this much done and I can publish this much. So now he's doing print on demand, and there's really only 6 copies of this thing. I'm pretty sure I told you this part, where it's like one copy's for David Gedge, another copy is for Terry DeCastro, one copy is for Lee Thacker, one's for Kristen, and one's for Dave Sim, and one for somebody else who I forget who that other person is. And this is way cool. It's like if you have David Gedge's official autobiography done in comic form, and you've got one of 6 copies, it's like, how bad can things get? Things are not bad at all, because I've got that sitting in the Off-Whit House library with my complete set of Tales from the Wedding Present, right from the get-go. Uh, Now, the part that I don't think I told you was that having gotten this in the mail from the print-on-demand place, and I'm not going to name them because I don't know if, if they want to be named, uh, but that one came in, and then about 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, another one came in, another copy of the same thing. And I'm going, wait a minute, this this doesn't compute. I've read this cover to cover. I know exactly what it is. This is another copy of it, but there's not supposed to be another copy of it. There's supposed to be only 6 of them. So for a while, it was just sitting next to the chair where I do the weekly updates. And I kept looking at it going, well, what am I going to do with it? I'm not supposed to have 2. I'm just supposed to have 1. Um, so I thought, well, I'll send it to Lee Thacker. But it's like, well, Lee's only supposed to have 1. That's part of what we're doing here is this super, super rare thing. And it's like, at one point I went, wait a minute, Sandy Atwell is a huge, huge Wedding Present fan. Um, I don't even know how I remembered that, but I did remember that. And it's like, well, I gotta send him a check for service in hell with a question mark, and whatever else that I had to send him. I thought, here's a real surprise for him. No one will ever find out. And I wrote a quick note explaining what it is and that why it's super, super rare, and here's why he's getting it. And on one of the last pages where it's got the akimbo cover, that Lee Thacker did, and I'm mentioned there, and my version is shown. So it's like to Sandy, here I am back here, and mailed it to him, and thought, well, there you go. It's I'm sure if anybody will appreciate this, Sandy Atwell will appreciate this. But then I got these phone messages from Sandy, um, which, as you will hear, uh, it was.
Hey, Dave, it's Sandy. I just wanted to thank you for the wedding present comic. Really appreciate it. It's very nice. Just as an aside, right around the same time that you sent this, I got a message from Scott Hunter at Kennedy Bookstore asking if I wanted to go to the wedding present concert. They're actually playing in Toronto tonight, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to see if I can get it signed, which would be pretty awesome. Anyway, I'll keep you posted, but thanks again. Take care. Bye. Hey Dave, it's Sandy again. I'm just going to give you a follow-up message. So yesterday I did go with Scott to the wedding present concert, and I did see David Gedge, and I did get him to sign the comic book. So now I have a signed copy of a very ultra rare wedding present comic. So thanks again for the comic. Glad it all worked out. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.
Was a guy in town who is also a wedding present fan. After Sandy got the comic book, contacted him and said, "Hey, wedding present is playing in Toronto. You want to go down?" And it's like, sure. And what does Sandy do but go, "Hey, I'll take the comic book with me. Maybe I can get it signed." And it's like, okay. How is this playing out? Am I being paranoid? Like, I would really like to know how that went down. When Sandy came to the head of the line, and I assume there was a line up to get stuff signed, and came up to David Gedge and handed it to him and said, what? I bet you never thought you'd see one of these here. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And what did David Gedge think? Or did he think anything? Did he look at it and go, yeah, there's only supposed to be 6 of these, and where did you get yours? Or did he say that? Or did he just go, yeah, I didn't expect to see one of these here? And did he go, where did this guy get it? Did Dave Sim give it to him? Did he buy it from Dave Sim? Who did he buy it from? Who sold one of theirs when there's only 6 copies? Am I way overthinking this? I'm way overthinking this. I was ready to go down where the guy works, who went with Sandy Atwell to the wedding present concert, and say to him, what happened? Here's my recorder. I'm going to stick it in your face, and I really want to know what happened. And it's like, no, you can't do that. You're supposed to be doing Strange Death of Alex Raymond. You've got your printer back. Print out the type, paste it up, figure out what space there is left over for the 2 drawings of Al Cap. Get them done. You're 2 days behind on Strange Death of Alex Raymond. Yeah, but I really, really, really want to know what happened at the wedding present concert. And I probably won't find out. I don't think Sandy goes to a moment of Cerebus very frequently. I know David Gedge doesn't. Maybe I'm appealing to Lee Thacker here. Lee, can you find out what happened there, and if this caused any kind of friction? I am supplying photographs. I got Rolly to take a couple of photographs today of me pointing at my copy and going, mine. Thumb to my chest, mine. I did not sell it. In case anyone's wondering where one of these turned up, I wasn't going to tell anybody. Well, when first we practiced Do Deceive, Oh, what a tangled web we weave. And that's that's the name of that tune. And now I have been up for, what is it? It's quarter to 10. So I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning on caffeine day. And now I'm going into the house and I'm going to read my newspapers and I'm going to have something to eat. But there you go. That took 8:59, 9 minutes exactly. I think this is the most time efficient way of dealing with this. Um, and I think probably, Matt, if you post these as Off-White House Bulletin and Off-White House Bulletin TMI, if if you just want the skinny on it, here's the skinny on it. If you want to listen to 9 minutes of this, 9.5 minutes now, then just click play and away we go. Okay, everybody have a good night, and we will talk to you again way too soon.